Coming up on Cardinals Insider, DJ Burly Biscuits is raking.
The biggest thing is probably the preparation piece of it.
Plus, Alec places his own bobblehead at the Cardinals Museum.
He wants to know if his bobblehead's going to go into the museum. And so I said, well, tell him, of course it is.
And later, who doesn't love homers, especially milestone homers?
A milestone for Arenado. That's number 350.
All that and more ahead on this week's Cardinals Insider. Welcome to Cardinals Insider. I'm Ozzie Smith. Alec Burleson had a strong June at the plate. That and his fun-loving personality make him someone worth talking to for this week's Player Profile.
Alec Burleson, he is on quite the pace right now.
The biggest thing is probably the preparation piece of it.
Driven down the left field line. Burleson doubles the other way, and the Cardinals take a 2-1 lead. A swing, and there's a long one. Right field. It's a goner. It's Alec Burleson, who's been as hot as anybody this month.
Throughout the minors, you're able to, and I'm not speaking on myself, but just guys in general, you're able to kind of go through the ranks with just pure talent, and you're able to just kind of, I guess, be better than just other people as you move up. And then once you get here, it's kind of a level playing field, and you got to kind of try and find that edge, against some guys. So then I think that comes down to your preparation. I don't think I've perfected, maybe the preparation part of it, only because I've only been doing it for a couple years, but just kind of add pieces.
He's near the netting. He dives into the netting. He made the catch.
Just trying to figure out what works for me to make sure that I'm ready to play that day, and something that also allows me to maybe erase what's happened in the past or something like that.
Swing, fly ball belted, center field. That baby's way out of here.
I'm trying to keep people loose and trying to have fun, because obviously it is a game at the end of the day, and it's meant to have fun. It's probably more for me. I think I'm probably I'm loose and fun, but I also can be uptight a little bit and maybe have a little nerves running. So it's probably more for me, just to kind of relax myself. But it's a good group. We got a lot of guys like that we have fun together, and I think we're kind of been given the keys and just take it as far as we can take it.
We'll stick with Alec Burleson for our second story. Earlier this season, he noticed that his bobblehead wasn't in the Cardinals Museum's newly remodeled bobblehead case. But the staff at the museum, they made sure that changed, and they invited Alec to place his own bobblehead.
We were starting the plan to redo the bobblehead case. And then opening day, home opener happens, and on Friday morning I get a call from one of our museum staffers, and they say, Alec is in the museum. He wants to know if his bobblehead's going to go into the museum. And so I said, well, tell him, of course it is. So that changed everything.
My wife, her parents wanted to see the Hall of Fame. We came over and I made a joke about putting my bobblehead in the case, and now here we are.
So we reserved a special space for him after we did the whole rotation, and he came into the museum and knocked it right in there.
I think this is the only time I will be above Albert Pujols. He's right below me. And Nato and Lars, and just above all of them for once in my life.
I think it's really special because it lets them know this is why we're collecting, and they're part of Cardinals history. They'll be part of Cardinals history forever, but we can share this with the fans. So when that request from the museum comes through, this is where it's going.
Straight ahead on Cardinals Insider, we go Homer happy.
That's home run number 700.
Find out why after the break. Last month, Nolan Arenado hit his 350th home run. That got us to thinking about all the milestone home runs hit by Cardinals. Our Brett McMillan has more about these historic homers.
The home run is a part of American culture, and it is the most famous play in baseball. And throughout Cardinals history, there have been some big ones.
A milestone milestone for Arenado. That's number 350.
Let's start with a recent occurrence. Nolan Arenado launched his 350th home run on June 19th. He's just the 6th active player with 350 career blasts, joining Giancarlo Stanton, Mike Trout, Manny Machado, Freddie Freeman, and Nado's good friend, Paul Goldschmidt. Nolan is now also one of 7 players in Major League history with 350 homers and 10 Gold Gloves. That list includes 5 Hall of Famers and is headlined by Willie Mays. Nolan Arenado from Southern California, of course, and that's where this milestone homer was hit.
That's home run number 700.
Albert Pujols is one of just 4 players in the 700 home run club. He joined it on September 23, 2022 at Dodger Stadium. Only Barry Bonds, Willie Mays, and Babe Ruth had swatted 700 career dingers before Pujols. It is perhaps the most sacred and exclusive club in both baseball and pro sports. That same year, one of Pujols' teammates also hit a milestone homer.
Career home run number 300 for Paul Goldschmidt.
Paul Goldschmidt parked his 300th career big fly in the left field seats at Busch Stadium on July 16, 2022. It was part of a historic season which saw Goldie take home the NL MVP. Of course, if we're talking Cardinals milestone homers, you have to include this guy.
Gone! There it is! 62! Into the field! Number 70! How much more can you give us, Big Mac? Number 70!
Mark McGwire became the single-season home run king in 1998, passing Roger Maris with number 62, and then setting the new record with number 70 just a few days later. Big Mac hit another big homer a year after that.
At the wall, number 500!
On August 5th, 1999, he smashed his 500th career home run, becoming just the 16th person ever to do that to that point in time. There have been many historic homers in Cardinals history, but these few are the ones tied to milestones. Big flies with a big impact on the record books. For Cardinals Insider, I'm Brett McMillan.
Straight ahead, we get to know reliever Andre Granillo.
He does it! What a day for Andre Geneo!
That's after the break.
No place takes you in depth with the Cardinals like our YouTube channel. Get to know the players, come along for one-of-a-kind experiences, and hang out with personalities from across Cardinals Nation. Plus, we capture the days and moments that make Cardinals baseball so special. Just search St. Louis Cardinals on YouTube and be sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. St. Louis Cardinals Baseball.
Andre Granillo achieved quite the feat on June 19th as he recorded his first career strikeout, win, and save in a single day. Here's more on Andre and a historic day of firsts on the south side of Chicago.
I'm Andre Geneo, right-handed reliever.
He does it! What a day for Andre Geneo! He gets his first win, he gets his first save, and he gets his first strikeout.
I come right at you. It's fastball right at you, and then it's slider to keep you off balance. To lefties, I'm trying to just attack them more. Righties, last year I did really well against. Lefties, I didn't. So this year, now I'm implementing a changeup. Getting a lot more comfortable with that, but honestly, if I had to describe it, it's just attacking. That's all I really do.
Swing and a miss. Andre Geneo shuts the door.
I started off really, really well in AA and then going into AAA. But I ended the year really, really well. I guess I just never take any days off, any weeks off. One day you can be having the best year of your life, and the next day you're giving up 5 runs in one game. This game comes at you fast, so I just take every day like it could be the last time that you're on the mound.
Swing and a miss.
The satisfying just aspect of just striking people out and just being like, yeah, I won that at bat. Just winning every single at bat, striking people out, just like absolutely dominating. There was nothing they could have done against my pitches that at bat. Yeah, that's fun about baseball. It's just competing, just being up on the mound.
On June 20th, Swindell took the stage at second base as the first ever Cardinals postgame concert. Turning Busch Stadium from a ballpark to a concert venue in under a half hour is a monumental undertaking.
This past Friday night, we had our first concert of the post-game concert series presented by SIUE. It was Cole Swindell, something different that we don't do a lot around here. After the game, we had roughly 15,000 people stick around for a 60-minute show, and it was great. We actually rolled out a stage just behind second base. It took about 30 minutes to flip it all from last out to first note, and he played for roughly 60 minutes. The energy was great. Yeah, we had a lot of people stick around. It was a lot of fun. People were up dancing, taking in the show, and yeah, it was a good 60 minutes. Any ticket in the ballpark is welcome to stay for the post-game show. Our next one is July 25th, and it's Flo Rida. There are also some VIP tickets available that'll get you on the field, but any ticket to the game that day is allowed to stick around and take in the show. We know people in the St. Louis area love country music. Cole Swindell was one of the ones we reached out to, and he was very excited to come to the ballpark. Had never done a ballpark show, and he was super excited to come, and we were super excited to have him. This is a concert after the baseball game, that is for sure. All of the stage and the equipment is concert-style equipment, and he played roughly 15 songs for an hour. It was great. It's a great value for fans. Obviously, you get to come enjoy a game, and not long after the game, you get to take in a concert. Not too many places can you say you can do that.
Still on deck, we flash back to a special night in Birmingham.
For us to be a part of this and for us to just to go out there and enjoy it, play a game here, I think it's very special.
That story when Cardinals Insider returns. Cardinals Insider is a team effort, and that includes you. We'd love to hear from you. To get in touch with the show, head on over to cardinals.com/insider and click on the Contact Us tab. And while you're there, you can rewatch old episodes and check out our podcast too.
Donnie, is this real or fake? First name Chicken, last name Wolf.
It's all at cardinals.com/insider. This is the 10th season of Cardinals Insider, and we're celebrating by revisiting some of our favorite features from the past 10 seasons. Last year's game at Rick Wood Field in Birmingham, Alabama certainly qualifies.
I just can't imagine the amount of courage that these guys had. And history is something that we should celebrate. For us to be a part of this and for us to just to go out there and enjoy it, play a game here, I think it's very special for Major League Baseball. I think it's very special for this state as well.
Like you said, being on the same field as so many historic people and so many legends, pretty special. I mean, I grew up learning about all these guys, and just to be able to say I played on the same field as them is, I mean, just super, super important.
Yeah, I got emotional just standing there knowing where you're standing, and the tribute to Willie Mays, and just like, man, the impact he had on people that he met, but also people that he never met, and that's when you know you've done it right.
Very special night for us, for the Giants, for the Cardinals, for all of Major League Baseball.
He's from Enterprise, Alabama.
That's deep to right field, and that's long gone out of here.
He came into the dugout and said, "Welcome home," which was pretty cool. Tapping into the history of our game in a different way.
That's a Redbird winner. The Cardinals win the game at Rickwood in Birmingham and beat San Francisco 6-5.
Just being an inspiration, not only to kids around St. Louis, but just, all over the world trying to get some more color in baseball. I think it'd be good for the game. They don't know how fun baseball can be and how truly impactful that we can be on the field.
The effects of May 16th's tornado are still being felt across St. Louis and other parts of Cardinals Nation. Here's a look at how Cardinals Care is continuing to aid those impacted by that horrible storm.
On May 16th of this year, an EF3 tornado struck our area and left a long and wide path of destruction. The road to recovery will be very challenging and could last many months. But back on June 6th, the Cardinals, Blues, Battlehawks, and City SC teamed up for a special broadcast and auction raising $155,000, including $25,000 from FanDuel and $10,000 from Anheuser-Busch, all in support of tornado recovery. All 4 teams donated exceptional packages and experiences for which we are very grateful. We are also grateful to you and your generosity in helping raise this amount to support our community. Fans can continue to support by making donations at cardinals.com/STLrecovers. For Cardinals Insider, I'm Ben Holtmeyer.
It's time for this week's trivia question. We're asking, who is the Cardinals' all-time leader in pitcher wins? Was it Bob Forsch, Chris Carpenter, Bob Gibson, or Dizzy Dean? The answer when we return. It's time for the answer to our trivia question. It's brought to us by Ford. Before the break, we asked about Cardinals pitching history. Here's Emily Stevens with the answer. Emily?
Thanks, Ozzy. For this week's trivia question, we asked, who leads the franchise in pitcher wins? The answer is Bob Gibson.
Gibby won 251 games in his 17-year career. He won the Cy Young in 1968 and 1970. The 68 season also named him NL MVP after posting a 1.12 ERA. His over 3,800 innings is also the most in Cardinals history, as are his 255 complete games. Gibson was a 3-time pennant winner and 2-time World Series champion. In 1968, he started Game 7 at Fenway Park, throwing a complete game and hitting a home run on the way to a Cardinals victory.
He struck him out, and that's all for George Scott. And that's all for the Boston Red Sox.
But perhaps the most famous World Series moment came in Game 1 of the 68 series. He struck out 17 Detroit Tigers. It's still a World Series record.
A new world record of 17 strikeouts in one game.
He has a statue outside Busch Stadium for a reason. The most wins in Cardinals history, arguably the greatest pitcher in Cardinals history, and one of the best pitchers in baseball history. For Cardinals Insider, I'm Emily Stevens.
When we return, we ask the Cardinals how they put their shoes on. Hear more after the break.
Sock, shoe, or sock, shoe, shoe?
Is that a rhyme, nursery rhyme? What do we got?
There's plenty of detail to take in when you walk through the gates of Busch Stadium to experience Cardinals baseball. And we've got you covered to catch all the details about this year's team with the Cardinals Media Guide. Take home a piece of the game day experience with a wide collection of stats, backgrounds, and bios on everyone from budding prospects to franchise all-stars. Don't miss out on the best way to commemorate your visit to baseball heaven in the Gateway City. Pick up yours today at cardinals.com/media guide or stop by the Cardinals team store inside Busch Stadium.
We all put on shoes every day. Do you put both socks on first and then your shoes? Or do you put your sock and shoe on one foot before moving to the other foot? Put another way, is it sock, shoe, shoe, or sock, shoe, shoe?
Sock, shoe, or sock, shoe, shoe?
Is that a rhyme, nursery rhyme? What do we got? sock, shoe, right?
Put a sock on, or sock,
shoe.
Oh, I go double sock, shoe, shoe.
Sock, shoe, shoe.
Sock, shoe, shoe.
Sock, shoe, shoe. Sock, shoe, shoe.
Sock, shoe, shoe.
Sock, shoe, shoe.
Sock, shoe, shoe.
Would you ever consider trying it the other way?
I guess I could, but I feel like it would be weird. If I put a sock on a shoe and then this one's still bare from now.
Sock, shoe, shoe. You're crazy if you do it otherwise.
You gotta put your socks on first. Sock, shoe, shoe.
Sock, shoe, shoe.
Because you're sane.
Yeah, like I'm a normal person.
I go sock, shoe, shoe.
As you should. We haven't had anyone who said the other one yet.
I mean, you gotta be weird if you do that, right?
Yeah.
Sock, shoe, shoe. Does anyone do it the other way?
No, you got sock, shoe, shoe. If you go sock, shoe, bro, get away from me.
Like, have a shoe on and then be barefoot on the other. It seems kind of interesting to me. But yeah, I think sock, shoe is the way to go.
I saw somebody in the NBA do it on a video, and they got flamed. So you can't be doing that. No, that's some psycho stuff.
Most of the time, just shoe. Depending if usually I'm wearing like toe shoes, so sometimes no socks, so just shoe.
Sock, shoe. I had a teammate go underwear, shirt, pants.
Wait, I don't think that's weird.
We got somebody.
Yeah, we got somebody in here that does that.
No. Whatever you're working on, you finish the job and then you work on you go on to the next thing.
That's a bad question. I feel like there's only one answer though, that's why it's a bad question.
Sock, shoe. If you do it any other way, you're crazy. But sometimes I do sock, shoe just to try it out to see if I like it better.
We had one guy admit that he tried it the other way. I don't remember who it was.
Don't tell me. Yeah, Delonte, that makes a lot of sense.
No matter how you put your shoes on, that's it for this episode. And you can catch us online at 4 p.m. each Friday at cardinals.com/insider and on YouTube. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you right back here next week.